result within this framework of the 4 years. I would like to ask, first of all, Mr. Vangelis Dimitriou to make a very short introduction on behalf of the Mayor.
Good morning. I would like to give a very warm welcome to all the partners and all the friends that are present here today. And I would like to say just a few words about the program. Just like you may know, this is a program by Horizon 2020, which it's been funded. And it's in the idea of getting, I would say, a building and trying to reduce energy and the carbon footprint. As we well know, the European countries, they have been committed to reduce energy and the carbon footprint over the next years. I would say 2015 there was a relevant decision, and up to 2030 we are supposed to get a reduction of 40% of the carbon footprint because of all this change in the climate. So our municipality, under the coordination of and many other partners from different countries, from Italy, Spain, Switzerland, Poland, Germany, Czechia. Let me see, I forgot one more country. I'm trying to think. Yes, Switzerland, let me see. Luxembourg, that's right, yes. And 18 partners from different institutions, different municipalities, and different companies, which are present here with various persons to be represented. They took part in this program. We come to the end of this program, and today we had a chance to get to the real demo site of our municipality to see all the work that has been done. Unfortunately, our mayor, Mr. Grigoris Konstantelos, which is very close to these renovated ideas, he's not able to be present here with us, although we are going to be able to see a video concerning about the program and all this project. I would like to thank, on behalf of my mayor and the municipality and all of you, and I would like to thank our coordinator, Mrs. Maria Fudi, for all the work has been done. Thank you so much. We are so glad that you were here, and I hope that you did enjoy the time. Our best wishes. We'll be in touch.
Thank you. Well, we lost the... I would like also to thank the municipality on behalf of the project and the entire consortium for the collaborative attitude and especially among the Greek partners, and for organizing this event and giving us the opportunity to present the results of the project in such an interesting audience. So I will try to load the video prepared by the mayor. How can I start it? It doesn't start. Δεν είναι κάτω αριστερά. Okay.
Καλημέρα σας. Είμαι ο Γρηγόρης Κωνσταντέλος, δήμαρχος Βάρης Βούλας Βουλιαγμένης, και σας καλωσορίζω στον όμορφο δήμο μας. Δυστυχώς, ανηλυμένες υποχρεώσεις μου στο εξωτερικό δεν μου επιτρέπουν να είμαι κοντά σας σήμερα, σε αυτή την πραγματικά πολύ ενδιαφέρουσα εκδήλωση. Τα τελευταία χρόνια, ο Δήμος Βάρης Βούλας Βουλιαγμένης έχει θέσει ως στρατηγική επιλογή την επίτευξη του Zero Waste, την εξοικονόμηση ενέργειας σε όλο το φάσμα του δημοτικού έργου. Στο πλαίσιο αυτό, έχουμε καταφέρει να ανακαινήσουμε ενεργειακά τη συντριπτική πλειοψηφία των δημοτικών κτηρίων, τόσο μέσω της χρηματοδότησης από το Ευρωπαϊκό Πρόγραμμα για την Έρευνα και Καινοτομία Horizon, όσο και από άλλα χρηματοδοτικά μέσα και εργαλεία. Με τη συμμετοχή μας στο έργο Plural, ο Δήμος μας αποτέλεσε τον πιλωτικό δημόσιο φορέα εφαρμογής και αξιολόγησης των καινοτόμων υλικών και μεθόδων που αναπτύχθηκαν, καθώς στο δεύτερο όροφο τη στέγης υπερηλίκων του κληροδοτήματος Ευτυχίας Καλογυράτου, στην οδό Πλαπούτα 8 στη Βούλα, υλοποιήθηκαν με 100% χρηματοδότηση από την Ευρωπαϊκή Ένωση πολλές και εξαιρετικές παρεμβάσεις, όπως η εφαρμογή προκατασκευασμένων προσώψεων ελαφράς κατασκευής, των λεγόμενων έξυπνων τοίχων, αναβάθμιση του συστήματος θέρμανσης ψήξης, αντικατάσταση κουφωμάτων, εγκατάσταση φωτοβολταϊκών πάνελ, εγκατάσταση συστήματος απομακρυσμένης διαχείρισης και παρακολούθησης της ενεργειακής κατανάλωσης. Οι παρεμβάσεις αυτές έχουν ως αποτέλεσμα την αναβάθμιση του κτηρίου σε ένα κτίριο σχεδόν μηδενικής ενεργειακής κατανάλωσης, επιτυγχάνοντας αντίστοιχη μείωση στα λειτουργικά έξοδα του Δήμου, τη χρήση ανανεώσιμων πηγών ενέργειας για τις ενεργειακές του ανάγκες, τη μείωση κυρίαρχα του ανθρακικού αποτυπώματος πάνω από 80%, το οποίο με τη σειρά του συμβάλλει στην επίτευξη του στόχου που έχει θέσει ο Δήμος μας στο πλαίσιο του Συμφώνου των Δημάρχων για τη μείωση των εκπομπών του διοξιδίου του άνθρακα κατά 40% μέχρι το 2030, στη σημαντική βελτίωση στις συνθήκες διαβίωσης των φιλοξενουμένων. Παράλληλα, με την αφορμή και την υλοποίηση του έργου Plural και στο πλαίσιο των συμβατικών του υποχρεώσεων, ο Δήμος Βάρης Βούλας Βουλιαγμένης χρηματοδότησε με ίδιους πόρους την αντικατάσταση των κουφωμάτων στον τρίτο όροφο, καθώς και παρεμβάσεις συντήρησης του κτηρίου, επιτυχάνοντας την περαιτέρω μείωση της ενεργειακής κατανάλωσης και των εκπομπών του διοξιδίου του άνθρακα, καθώς και την γενικότερη θωράκιση του κτηριακού κελύφους του Δήμου έναντι στην κλιματική αλλαγή. Η χρήση της στέγης υπερηλίκων Βούλας ως πιλωτικό κτίριο για την εφαρμογή έξυπνων εργαλείων και τεχνολογιών ενεργειακής αποδοτικότητας συνέβαλε στο να πετύχει το έργο Plural τους στόχους του που είχε θέσει εξ αρχής, δηλαδή την πολύ σημαντική μείωση στο χρόνο και το κόστος που απαιτείται για την εκβάθους ανακαίνιση και επομένως της οποιασδήποτε ενόχλησης μπορεί να προξενείται στους φιλοξενούμενους κατά τη διάρκεια υλοποίησης των λόγω παρεμβάσεων, καθώς επίσης και τη μείωση του περιβαλλοντολογικού αποτυπώματος από τη χρήση φιλικών προς το περιβάλλον ανακυκλώσιμων υλικών. Ήταν μεγάλη τιμή που συμμετείχαμε σε αυτό το καινοτόμο και πρωτοπόρο έργο και συνεργαστήκαμε με όλους τους εταίρους της κοινοπραξίας, που αποτελείται από εξέχοντες οργανισμούς και εταιρείες από 7 ευρωπαϊκές χώρες. Θα ήθελα να ευχαριστήσω ιδιαίτερα το συντονιστή του έργου Plural, το Εθνικό Μετσόβιο Πολυτεχνείο, και συγκεκριμένα την ομότιμη καθηγήτρια, κυρία Φούντι, για την αγαστή συνεργασία και την προσπάθεια που έκανε για την επιτυχή ολοκλήρωση αυτού του τόσο απαιτητικού έργου, όπως επίσης και τον κύριο Βαγγέλη Δημητρίου και όλους τους συνεργάτες του Δήμου που ενεπλάκησαν σε αυτό. Ανυπομονώ να ενημερωθώ από τους συνεργάτες μου για τα πολύ χρήσιμα συμπεράσματα στα οποία θα καταλήξει η σημερινή εργασία. Ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ. Καλώς ήρθατε.
So, for our non-Greek friends, the mayor at first explained the policy of the municipality to support the EU policies towards energy reduction, sustainability, circularity, and the fact that the municipality of Varivula Viliagmeni is strongly involved in several research projects to demonstrate the potentials of such technological approaches. Then he presented the context of the Plural project and of the demo site in Vula, which we just visited before our event today. He explained what are the benefits both for the habitants and for the municipality. And last but not least, thanked all the Plural project and us and Mr. Dimitriou for the support that was given towards the execution of the project. We have to have the event in English because it's live streamed, and the presentations will be also used in YouTube and social media. And we decided to have it in English in order to have a broader impact of the outcome. So if you have any problem, just let us know and we will try to translate in Greek for you. So according to the today's agenda, I will make a short presentation of the ambitions and achievements of our project. Then we will show a short video that presents all the achievements and the outcomes of the project, and then we will proceed with the presentation of the 3 core renovation technologies that were developed by Advanced Management Technologies, a Greek SME, and Mr. Tsoutis is going to make the presentation, by Denvelops in Spain, and Mr. Joe McCollum is going to make the presentation, and the combined effort that was developed, a system which we call Connex Wall, which has been developed jointly by SPF in Switzerland and CVUT, and has been demonstrated in the Czech Republic, and the presentation will be made by Dr. Daniel Philip. Confused. So now I will try to present to you very briefly. Oops. I hope, yeah. So in my presentation, I will try to make a very short summary of what we learned towards industrialization of active components. And in this frame, I will make a very short overview of the EU policies, which were also briefly presented by Mr. Dimitriou. I will explain what we mean by active facades. I will then go forward to give a very short overview of the term industrialized prefabricated facades, and briefly present the solutions that were achieved in the frame of the Plural project. The Commission is paying an unprecedented importance to the transformation of the construction sector, and in particular of the building stock, of the European building stock, towards energy efficiency. There are a lot of policies that have been derived and are currently implemented under the Fit for 55 framework. The key components of this policy framework are the EU Green Deal, which, as you can suspect from the title, it targets a climate-neutral Europe, aiming both at the reduction of the CO2 emissions as well as the energy consumption in all the key sectors of Europe. The European Bauhaus, the new European Bauhaus, which is a new policy instrument that targets circularity and the co-engagement of all the stakeholders in the development of new solutions that will promote the construction sector, and of course the Energy Efficiency Directive, which has been recently reviewed to include also parameters that target reduction of the emission of the buildings. So our next targets are not only to reduce the energy requirements of a building in terms of thermal and electrical energy, but also develop solutions that will significantly reduce the footprint of the building in a life cycle perspective, not only during the operational phase, which, as you know, is the phase where the building is used. And of course, the Renewable Energy Directive that, as you all know, promotes the decarbonization, the electrification, and the wide use of renewable energy resources. For the construction sector, the challenge here is to develop solutions, as we did in the Plural project, that combine the benefits of renewable energy technologies with renovation tools and technologies to make efficient products that can be easily, with a low cost, and efficiently used to deep renovate buildings. Well, you all know that the EU buildings are energy inefficient, the large majority of the buildings. The renovation rate is very, very slow. Only 1% of the buildings are renovated per year, and deep renovation, which accounts not only for the passive element renovation, but also for the active elements and ensuring better comfort conditions for the inhabitants and the users of the building. The rate of deep renovation is even lower at 0.2, 0.3%. The European building stock has been primarily built after the Second World War, and the challenge is huge with different building typologies in the different countries, accounting for different climatic conditions, different patterns of use of the buildings. So there is a very broad spectrum of aspects to be taken into account into renovation, and especially deep renovation in the development of appropriate technologies. And you can understand, since the building sector consumes or produces nearly 40% of the CO2 emissions at the European level, you can understand that deep renovation of buildings is a key element to meet the EU's climatic targets, as I have presented them before. So, as we did in our project, the development, the demonstration, and the validation of breakthrough technologies is a step forward, it's a leap forward in implementing and validating the EU policies. So, it has been already demonstrated and proven via the previous research work, and it is documented in the policy documents, that deep renovations can reduce the building energy consumption by at least 60%, whereas they can also deliver multiple benefits in terms of comfort, indoor air quality, financial benefits, and in parallel, development of a series of new business opportunities and business models that can be that can enhance the European economic level. I think that my short presentation already introduced the fact that multidisciplinary knowledge, technical, social, environmental, economic, is absolutely necessary in order to be able to develop this type of energy efficient and environmentally friendly solutions and manufacturing processes. The integration of active design technologies in the building envelopes is gaining a lot of attention from the research and development community. What do we define as active components? We define those components that are able to adapt to the changing boundary conditions of the building in terms of form, of short-term weather conditions, daily cycles, or seasonal changes in the weather conditions. You can understand that this definition means that you have to protect the building in terms of thermal losses via the envelope of the building. You have to integrate renewable energy sources. You have to develop control systems that are able to follow the climatic condition changes, either on a daily or a seasonal basis. But last but not least, you have also to account for safety measures like fire risks, and you have to integrate components in the design and construction of these active systems that will ensure the better fire performance and resilience in terms of seismic performance for countries like Greece, where, as you know, the seismic risk is high. Types of adaptive facade systems. They can be dynamic shadings, switchable, transparent facades, solar active facades, and active ventilating systems. These are already industrialized types of prefabricated facades that are adaptive, are active, but they do not combine always the passive with the active element, as we did in the Plural project. Let me also introduce very briefly what we mean by industrialization in building systems. Traditionally, the construction sector is very fragmented. It is based on the expertise and capacities of SMEs that are locally operating, and they do not have the potential of mass manufacturing and mass customizing their developed solutions. So with the term industrialization, we aim to achieve efficiency, customization, and sustainability of the building systems or components that can be produced locally, regionally, at the European level or global level, but at the same time rationalizing the construction process from the design to the deconstruction of the systems. So you can imagine that this process takes into account all the stakeholders of the construction, from architects to manufacturers to logistics key aspects, to the installation, to the construction, to the technicians, to the window manufacturers. Everybody in the construction sector has to come together and develop a common language of understanding and communicating to be able to develop more energy efficient, more customized solutions, more sustainable solutions in terms of materials and environmental impact to rationalize the construction process. So manufacturing, the typical methods of manufacturing that have been previously developed for industries like the automotive industry, which is very well organized in terms of customization, can be transferred and modified to be implemented in the construction sector. All this takes a lot of time and a lot of effort to be realized, and this is what we did in the frame of the Plural project, a step towards this direction. These are just examples of the steps that have to be followed towards the industrialized production of prefabricated components. Overall, industrialization is the way to match the higher demand for deep renovation with the falling costs for smarter and more sustainable products. Industrialization overall is a key instrument to quest the acceleration of buildings stock renovation. We are shifting via industrialization the entire construction process from conventional to prefabricated and modular techniques. The production processes are based on techniques that allow optimization, such as assembling and disassembling on site. Unfortunately, in Greece, this type of construction is not yet very well developed and very broadly accepted. I believe, without being a civil engineer or an architect, I'm a mechanical engineer, mainly due to the seismic characteristics of the country. The construction in Greece, as you know, is mainly based on concrete and steel, and it is only in the last years that we can see lightweight and industrialized construction being promoted. Nevertheless, the municipality, as you have already said, made a step forward by giving us the chance and opportunity to renovate with this type of lightweight prefabricated facades the social house in Vula. You can see here a list of the advantages of industrialization. In terms of sustainability, industrialization achieves reduction of transport and CO2 emissions. The physical transport is reduced, controlling the logistics costs. The products can be individualized to the needs of the specific building that has to be deeply renovated. The involvement of the customer, of the user, of the municipality, of all the people, the key people in the value chain can be taken into account, and this is one of the key concepts of the new European Bauhaus. The solutions are close to the market, at the point of consumption, local or regional production, reducing time for delivery and costs for delivery. And the solutions can be authentic for special cases. For instance, a cultural heritage building, a traditional building. So you can develop a very broad range of solutions to be able to introduce deep renovation in buildings. Well, nothing is perfect. There are still barriers in prefabrication. First of all is the matching of all the key stakeholders in the construction process and making them speak the same language and communicate. And in this direction, digital tools like BIM, digital platforms, digital twins can help towards this direction, but there is still a long way to go. Cost and value. Prototyping is always expensive, and mass production and upscaling are necessary, and demonstrations are necessary to be able to reduce cost to achieve better values. Expertise, skills, knowledge, training. This is something that we also faced during the execution of the Plural project. You need to train the installers, you need to train the technicians in a new way of thinking. Logistics and site operations, always challenge. The regulatory and building codes, Europe does not have yet, after so many years, uniform regulatory and building codes in all the countries, and especially a lot of countries that are not exposed to this kind of industrialized prefabrication, lightweight construction. They have not included in their regulatory framework appropriate clauses to account for this type of construction, especially when we go towards safety issues, whether this is fire or for the load-bearing systems, the seismicity. Industry and market culture, I mentioned this before, the value chains are fragmented, the business models are not yet developed and mature to give the opportunity to the manufacturers and to the construction stakeholders to make this market profitable for them. Supply of materials, the procurement processes, and a lot of others. All these are factors that are known to the experts of the area, and efforts are being made, but as you all know, it takes a lot of time to find a solution that converges for all the European countries and can be unified all over Europe. Plug-and-play industrialized facades. I have included here 3 very typical examples just to show you that you can use any type of material, any type of construction, load-bearing, non-load-bearing, including transparent components, including PVs or whatever else you want to design and manufacture this type of plug-and-play industrialized facades.